we are going to use the various commands we have under the home ribbon or the tab ribbon. We are going to use the various commands we have here, being the clipboard, the font box, or the paragraph box. So before we start, let's try to invoke some dummy text that comes with Microsoft Word. So you type equal to, let me increase the size of the page. So you can see that I'm using the zoom. So you type equal to, then rand, meaning random. Then you open a bracket. The first one is the number of paragraphs, comma, and the second one is the number of lines within every paragraph. Now, when you are done, then you press enter. Now, let me go over. In order to practice the Microsoft Word, you need some dummy text. So we don't want to go around copying text from somewhere and then pasting it here. The Microsoft Word comes with a dummy text that we can call for it or we can invoke by using a formula, the random formula. So you start by typing equal to and then rand. Then you open your brackets. The first one happens to be the number of paragraphs you want it to appear. And then the second one is the number of lines you want to be in every single paragraph. So when you're done, you close your bracket and then you press enter. Okay, good. So let's try to use the font painter. We've already looked at how to use the various options we have here. That is when we copy a text, when we select a text, you will see that the various functions here are all activated. So once you copy the text, you see that when you click under this arrow, which means there are more options there, when you click there, you have the opportunity to paste this text in a very different way. So now, if we want to bold a particular text, you just select the text, then you click this command called B. If you want to slant it or make it bit italic, the only thing you have to do is select the text and then you click on the italics to slant the text for you. The other one is underline. If you want to underline this text, we only have to select the text we want to underline and then click on the U or underline. You can see that our text has been underlined. So now, a situation whereby we want to ensure a strike through. Let's say we want to show something like we've cancelled this text. So we want a line to strike through this text. You first of all select the text. Always know that before you can format a text, you need to select it. So once you select it, then you click on the strike through. Now we can see that there's a line striking through our text. Now let's try another option called the base or subscript, and then superscript. So in maths, we will say the base and then the exponent. In order to work using the base or the subscript, let's try to have a test like H2O. Now, I hope you all know what this is. So we are trying to make the two subscript. So you select the exact text you want to make it a subscript. Then you click on the subscript command. So once you click, you see that we have H2O, which is what? For water. Now let's try to look at exponent. So let's say we have 2 exponent 4. You first of all type the 24, then you select the 4, and then you click on the exponent. On the other way, we can also say that now in typing the H2O, we can type only the H, and before we type the 2, we can click on then the subscript, and then we type the 2, and once we are done, we click it back again to deactivate it, and then we press our O. The same thing applies to the exponent. We can have, you can type 2 or 4, let's choose 4. So you want to type 4 exponent 2. So you type 4, and before you type the 2, you can click on the superscript or the exponent. And then once you select the exponent or the superscript command, it will position the cursor at the top of the number you've typed earlier. Then you type it. And once you are done, you click back on it to deactivate it. So we are saying that in order to create something like the H2O, you need the subscript here. And in order to create the exponent, you need the superscript. Now, let's try to look at how to change font type. Now, we can change font type by choosing the font type or the font style before we start typing, or we can finish typing and then come here and then select to change the font type. The same way, we can choose the size we want our text to be before typing, or we can type and then later change the font size. Now, with this changing of font size, we can either use the increase font size command or the decrease font size command. So let's try to have a look. Once you click on the increase font size, you see that the text will be increasing. So the time we are okay with the size. The same way when you click on the decrease, it will keep decreasing so we get to how we want it to be. So let's go to change case. This is called the change case command. The change case command. With this, we have the chance or the opportunity to change the case from one case to other case. So this time we have it in small letters. In order to change the case, we need to select the text and then click on the arrow. Now, always bear in mind that once you see an arrow beside a particular command, meaning there are more options there. There are more options there. So you click on this arrow and then you select which of these cases do you want to use. So when we use sentence case is just reminding us of what a sentence should start with. So when you select it, you see that the first letter in the sentence you selected will be a capital letter. Now let's go there again. Once you select lowercase, everything will change to small letters. Let's go there again. When you select uppercase, meaning everything will change to capitals. And then when you select capital each word, meaning that every word will start with capital. So let's take the paragraph you have here for example. Now when I select capital each word, you will see that every word here is starting with a capital. So look at the video. The video starting with capital V, provides capital P, powerful capital P, way capital W, to capital T. So once you select capital each word, meaning that every word within the sentence will be capital. So now let's try to select this and then use it for the next example. When you click here and then you go to toggle case, let's click it and see what will happen. This is toggle case. So let's click on that and see what happens. You see that the very beginning of every single word is starting with small letter. So you can look at this. The video is starting with small letter, but then the rest are capitals. The provides word is starting with small letter, the same as the powerful, and so forth. Okay. So now let's look at the text effect and typography. So with this one, for instance, if you have something, let's say the girl is our heading, so we want to design the heading. We don't have to worry ourselves coming to choose the size of the font, increase it, change the color or whatsoever. You can come to the text effect and then choose the already designed ones here. So we can choose this one and you see that it will affect the text we type. And now you can click here, which is increase font size button or command to increase the size of your text. Either way, you can click here and then change it to any other one that you want. If you have any question, you can comment it in the comment section, or you can keep it and then ask the question in class. The next thing is to highlight a text. So let's say we are reading a book either from PDF or Microsoft Word. Let's say we are reading a book. Now, for you to make some emphasis at a particular line or to make some emphasis on a particular word, you first of all have to either select the text you want to highlight and then you click on this highlight command. So this is the highlight command. So once you click on it, the text you selected would be highlighted. or we can just come, or we can decide not to select the text before. You can just come and click on the highlight and then drag it on the text, same way as you highlight a text. You click and you drag, and then it will highlight it for you. So now let's try to change a color of a text. Sorry, before we do that, let's try to see how we can change a color of the highlight button. Now I've told you that whenever you see this arrow, this small arrow beside every command, meaning there are more options there. So what you have to do is you click on that small arrow and then you can choose from the colors we have here. Good. So now let's try to look at how we can change our text color. Before you change a text color, you have to make sure that you've selected the particular text you want to change. So you select the text, and then by default, Microsoft has the red ink here, or the red color here. So let's say we want the red. You only have to click on the red. So now you see that our text has changed to red. Okay. Now, another thing to observe is that I've said many times that if you see arrow like this, mean there are more options. So first of all, let's try to change the color of this particular text I've selected by clicking on the arrow, and you see that now we have many colors to choose from. So with these colors, we can choose either blue, green, brown, or any color that we desire. I'll go for blue or blue black. Let me use blue. Good. Now, there are more options with the font color choice. You can still click on the arrow and you see that, let's say the type of color you want is not here. You can click on more colors and you have the chance to choose from the color palette we have here. Okay, or you can mix your own colors by clicking and then dragging this particular icon or cursor, this particular cursor, on the various section of the colors. And you see that as I move this particular icon, you see that it will be giving me preview here. The down one is showing the current color you've chosen for the text, and then the top one is showing the new color you are choosing. Good. And you can use this box to moderate the deepness or the darkness of your color. When you are done, you click OK, then you are gone. Another way that you can change the color is we have something called gradient. Now, this is a different style of changing the colors of your text. So we can have this, and you see that once you select that one, from here to this side, here will be darker than this side. Let's try it again. Or we can come to more gradient. We can come to more gradient, and then we click here. We click here on this one. Click on more gradients, and you see that some pane will open at the right hand side of Microsoft Word. There you have the chance to mix the colors yourself, and whichever direction you want you can choose, and then the type you can choose, and so forth. Okay, So that was how to use the font group commands or the font box, the commands within the font box. Now let's go to paragraph.